Have you ever felt embarrassed to pursue something you love? Well, it's time to stop holding back. Hey everyone, I'm Eva and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna talk a bit about me, why I started this channel, and why I think it's important to let go the fear of embarrassments if you want to chase your dreams. So I'll be posting weekly on how to stay motivated, to share tips and stories, advice that will help you live the life you truly want. For a long time, I was this person who was constantly thinking, what will people think of me? I don't know where it came from, but I always felt like I had to keep up with this invisible standard. Like I had to be perfect so no one would judge me, you know? And I was embarrassed about so many things, like the tiniest stuff. For years, I found myself avoiding situations where I felt like I might be judged. I'd second guess everything, what I wanted to do or say, all because I was afraid of how others would see me. And it was honestly it was exhausting. I remember even with the things I really wanted to try, like for example this YouTube channel, I just kept putting it off. I thought, what if people think I'm not good enough? What if they laugh at me? What if I fail and everyone sees it? I was so focused on what everyone else might think of me that I completely lost track of what I really wanted to do. But then I hit a point where I just got tired of pretending, tired of trying to be perfect. Because here's the truth, no matter how much you try to please people, it will never be enough. People will always have their opinions. And if you're just constantly trying to chase their approval, you'll just end up losing yourself. And so I started asking myself, what if I just stopped caring about everyone else's opinion? So during that time, I found myself watching a lot of YouTube. I was watching these different creators who were just being themselves, like sharing their opinions, sharing their stories, and helping people in the process. And that's when I stopped and said, like, that's what I want to do. I just want to share my journey, share my opinions on different topics, and maybe help someone in the process who felt same as I did, felt lost, insecure, or unsure of where they fit in. So that's when it hit me. I don't have to be perfect to help people. I don't have to have everything figured out just to start. I can still share my story while I'm still on my journey. And maybe I can help others to feel less alone along the way. That's why I started this channel, to create a space where we can talk about real things, where we can grow together, where we can become our highest version of ourselves. Am I perfect? No, like not at all. I'm not still the highest version of myself, and that's okay. I'm on my way. But I want you to join me on this journey so we can help each other. We can help each other grow. We can learn from each other, and we can help each other move past from the fear and judgment that's been holding us back all this time. Look, I totally get it. It's completely normal to feel embarrassed or scared. We've all been there. Whether it's putting yourself out there, chasing your dream, or even just doing something a little out of your comfort zone, You have a feeling like the whole world is just watching you and judging you. But here's the reality. Um, People are usually just, you know, they're just into their own lives, concerned with their own lives to even have the time to notice you. And even if they do, it's just maybe for a moment before they go back to just think about themselves. I mean, take me for example. I just still feel embarrassed sometimes by dumb stuff. For example, when I'm out in public and trying to take photos or just film, I still feel embarrassed. And I have just this tiny voice in my head like creeping in saying, what if people are watching? What if they think you're weird? I mean, I've gotten better at it over time, but there are still days that it's just awkward. I mean, some days I like good at it. I'll just, wipe on my camera and just do my thing. But other days I just can't shake that feeling of embarrassment. And I mean, that's okay. We're all human, right? We will always feel embarrassed or insecure or worried what others might think. But the truth is, the only person we need to impress or should impress is ourselves. Because at the end of the day, we are the ones living our lives. And nobody will care as much as we do about our dreams, our goals, our happiness. Like, no one. Let me be real with you. I wasn't always sure if I wanted to start this channel. I remember having this conversation with my sister, and I was just going on and on about it. What will people think of me? What if I fail and everyone thinks I'm not good enough? Or what if they laugh at me? That kind of stuff. And she looked at me and she just said, you post on Instagram and TikTok all the time without feeling embarrassed. Why is this any different? So that really made me stop and think, because I mean, it's true, right? I posted on social media 100 times before without feeling embarrassment. So why was YouTube any scarier? Here's the thing. My sister's right. Like, if I can post something on in one space and not feel embarrassed, and why is any other platform different? And I mean, that same goes for you. When, if you ever done something, and I believe we all did, like that it's a little like out of your comfort zone and you survived after it, you can do this too. So that's what I'm here to tell you. You can do whatever you want without a fear of feeling, that judgment. Seriously, like, whether it's like starting a YouTube channel or pursuing your passion or just doing something new, doing something like completely new that's out of your comfort zone, you don't need anyone's permission. Do you think that most successful people were asking for someone's permission? That they were just waiting for people to tell them, oh yeah, you can go ahead now? No, of course not. They didn't ask for anyone's permission. And listen, I'm not saying it's easy. It's not always gonna be feel comfortable. There will be moments when you will doubt yourself, when you will feel embarrassed. You will just think, what am I doing here? But that's the part of the journey. We grow when we step out of our comfort zones. The more we do it, the less we will care what anyone else will think of us. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm still figuring things out. I'm getting out of my comfort zone, but I'm not letting fear or embarrassment stop me anymore. So, yeah. So let's go for it together. Let's stop holding ourselves back. Let's stop the fear of judgment and let's start living our lives. Because at the end of the day, the only opinion that matters is your own. Before we wrap this up, I want to give you a little homework, not the boring kind, I swear. Truth is, the best way to learn is by doing, is by taking action. Because we can talk about this all day long and talk about letting go of fear and judgment and embarrassment and everything. But if we don't start doing it, if we don't take action, we didn't do anything. So that's why I wanted to give you just the small tasks so you can just put all of this in practice the way we talked about it today. Okay, so first, I want you to think of one thing you've been like putting off. It doesn't have to be anything huge. Like, for example, it's my starting a new hobby or posting something on social media or sending that text you've been avoiding to. Just, like write it down, whatever it is. Now that you identify what that thing is, I want you to take a small step towards it today. Like, it doesn't have to be like anything huge, just a small step, just like one. Maybe it's like filming that video, maybe it's like posting that post, maybe it's like sending that message. It just, whatever it is, just do it. Like, don't overthink it. And after you've done that thing, I want you to take a moment and to reflect on it. I want you to write it down how you felt, maybe in your journal or whatever. I want you to write, maybe, were you nervous? Or how did you felt in that moment? Were it like how you expected it, or was it better? The goal here is to get in touch with those emotions. I want you to see that even if you feel embarrassed or scared, that you still push through it. And in the end, if you're comfortable, you can share your progress down below in the comments. I would love to see what you're like working on right now. And just remember that nobody's perfect and we're just going through all of this together. So it's not about perfection, it's about progress. So if any of this resonated with you, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. So yeah, that's it. See you in the next video.